Hey, welcome back to the Laughing Lounge. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Lauren, and today's episode is going to be a little bit of everything.
We're starting with a quick recap of the last two episodes. Our amazing conversation with my sister-in-law Stephanie about living with anxiety, and then our raw breakdown with my brother Petryl about growing up with married parents versus divorced parents.
But that's not all. Today's episode is about letting you guys get to know us better. We got questions, a book segment with a few spicy recommendations, and an Am I the Asshole story we couldn't resist. And some funny Disney questions that might start a whole debate in here.
This one's about reflection, laughs, and connecting deeper with you. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get into it.
Before we dive into reflecting on the last few episodes, let's talk about our week. How was your week?
I think we're 2 for 2. Last week was a terrible week. This past week was a terrible week. And I slowly started not to feel like myself, like 100%. And my new obsession is that the Jonas Brothers just went on tour. So the tour just launched, and they were just at MetLife. And they had Switchfoot come out. They had Dean Lewis come out. They also had Demi Lovato and Jesse McCartney. So my new obsession is every time there's a tour showing, I am at home watching it on live. That's what makes my life a little bit better, right? Like, I see them in November, on November 12th, but once I'm hyper fixated on something, that is it. So I try to not be a lot when it comes to it, but I was with my husband and I was watching the opening night when they were at MetLife, and Jesse McCartney came out, and I screamed bloody murder. My husband did not. He did not think that, it was that serious, but to me, it was serious. And their new album is absolutely amazing. So until November 12th, and probably beyond that, I will be obsessed with them. And Joe is probably my favorite one. How was your week?
My week was good. I don't know, I can't really complain. I have a desk job. I work for a township that we live by, and I really just got a lot of phone calls complaining about trash and recycling not being picked up. And my week before that, I had one call that I love it because it was this old lady, and she was asking me a question, and before she hung up, she goes, "Thanks, operator." And I was just like, "You're welcome."
That's funny. I think the last week and this week all tie together, overly exhausted. Want the best for my job and what I'm doing, and I love my job to death, but there are some days where I feel like I cannot catch a break. Like this past week, I feel like I got punched in the gut 5 separate times, or 5 separate things. And I will say, 6 months ago, I would not have asked for help. And I actually reached out to, one of our bosses and asked for help. And they gave me the correct information, and I felt a lot better after talking to them. So I think that I've come a long way when it comes to things like that. But if I'm not doing my job well, I feel like I'm not succeeding in a way. And I know that when you put your all into something, you want to have the best outcome possible. So whenever that doesn't happen, I get really upset.
I mean, I didn't have to talk you out of quitting your job this week, so I mean, there's a plus.
That's a win, because last week was, we're not quitting your job because what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm like, we can't just quit and not have a plan. Like, what are you going to do? And if you actually do quit, next week you're going to regret it. So we're not doing that, actually.
Talk about a mini spiral. But in my defense, the previous week, the Jonas Brothers were not on tour, so I didn't have anything to distract me. Just saying.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm hopeful that next week is a better week. It is a little bit rainy next week, though, here where we are. But we're hoping that the weather, gets a little bit better. I work with children, so we have a big end of the summer party that needs to be, that needs to happen. We planned for it for so long. And we use a small business. They're called Shivers Shaved Ice. And this is a husband and wife team that, just opened up their own shaved ice company, and they are the sweetest people, absolutely amazing, in the Pittsburgh area. They're on Instagram. So when we drop our episode, of course, I will be sure to tag them in that if you need them for any activities that you may have. Also, don't forget about our girl at Chain Me Up. If you would like a permanent jewelry bracelet, hit her up.
Yep. First week with the permanent bracelet. So I am a bowler. I bowl a few times a week. And I got it on my right arm and didn't think about the fact that I have to put like tape on my arm because I'm broken. Let's face it, I'm broken.
She's broken.
So I was like at bowling and I was like, Zave, who's my nephew, I was like, Zave, hold this bracelet up so I can tape around my wrist. I got it done, but it was quite the challenge.
I'm obsessed with mine. I have 4 on my wrist and I have 1 on my ankle, and I'm a rose gold girly. Mm-hmm. Like wedding band, engagement ring, are rose gold, and I have all of my bracelets are rose gold except for 1, and that was the one that I just recently got is gold, and it has like an iridescent pearls inside of it. Obsessed. So if you need a little treat yourself moment, chain me up. And don't forget to check out the Strip District Terminal. If you want something to do on a Saturday, if you are free and you want something to do that is outside of your comfort zone, 11 to 3, I would go. It is a little bit busy down there, but they have like restaurants, coffee shops, and things like that you can, go to. There's even a Peace, Love, and Little Donuts down there. Mm-hmm. Pamela's, I've never been, but
so good.
Pamela's, and there's also like other small businesses along mm-hmm. the terminal that you can look into. There's also one that actually sells like dog bandanas, and there's one that has like funny stickers and other things. I would say check it out if you haven't. So let's dive in and let's do some reflections about the past 2 episodes. Let's start with Stephanie's episode. Mm-hmm. My sister-in-law came on our podcast and talked about her daily struggles with anxiety. And we also, went a little bit deeper and talked about her eating disorder. So if you haven't listened to Overthinking is My Cardio, Real Talk on Anxiety, I would recommend, and I might be a little bit biased, but I would recommend to listen to that. But Lo, what about that episode stuck out to you the most?
I think what stuck out was you honestly don't know what people are dealing with in their everyday life. Like, I've known Angie's husband and his family for a long time, and I would have never guessed that Stephanie had an eating disorder. I also learned that it's called purging, which mm-hmm. I didn't know that's what it was called.
When you take laxatives or throw up.
Mm-hmm.
You learn something new every day. And like I said in that episode, like I've been with my husband Steve for 9 years, and you don't see the whole picture, right? You don't know what people are going through, like Lo said, mm-hmm. but you get to. We were able to dive a little bit deeper and talk about where those things come from, like. I love when she brings me a hairbrush and then, sits down in front of me and she wants me to brush her hair. But also that ties into, that's something that comforts her because that is, her anxiety, right? So, like, just makes you appreciate the relationships that you have with people.
Yeah, definitely. Any afterthoughts?
I also think that, too, like, I struggle with anxiety, right? And mm-hmm. everybody's struggle with anxiety is different. And I think that after hearing her story and hearing how she copes with it, having anxiety for me, I think now that it's not the end of the world. Like you can do things that can help you in the meantime, but also it might feel like bigger to me, but it's not bigger to the next person next to me. And also, it's also not a bad thing to reach out to your best friend if you need something. Mm-hmm. Right, I think the past couple of times, this past 2 weeks, I even randomly text Lo, I'm struggling today, and I don't know if it's because I'm just having a crappy week already or what, but she learns how to talk me down a ledge, or reach out to my mom. So for her to say, make sure you reach out to people that will be there for you, that talk to somebody that will help you. I think that really did help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a thought, but it went away, so I don't know what I was going to say.
All right, let's jump to Petrel's episode. My little brother came on our episode last week. Married parents versus divorced parents, their breakdown. So again, maybe biased, but if you have not listened to that episode, listen to it. And I think I learned more about myself and him in that episode. And of course, I was the only one that got emotional in that episode. I mean, but it was like a deep topic, and it was nice that I was able to hear like his perspective, and we could probably do like 4 different parts of just this segment.
Honestly, we didn't get into the real deep stuff.
Yeah, so I think that maybe we will probably go and do like married versus divorced parents part 2. Like, but I think the biggest takeaway was, for me, it made me feel good that as one of his bigger sister or big sister, that he felt that I was, I did everything I could to protect him, and he felt supported by me, because that's one thing, and in the back of your head you always wonder if you did the right thing by your younger siblings, if you handled things correctly, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that stuck out to me. Also, I wouldn't really say that like our relationship has changed in a way, because like I said in the episode, like I think I go to him for advice more than he comes to me for advice.
He's very wise.
Yes. Huge. And he's very young, very wise, and he gives it to me straight. And like, you never, having siblings, especially younger siblings, I've never thought he was like the annoying little brother. Yeah, he was annoying, but now that he's older, I don't consider that the annoying little brother. Like I feel like we're like, he's, I mean, I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the baby, so I had annoying older siblings, so I was the annoying little sibling. Do you have any more comments on the last 2 episodes?
No, but I could have said a lot more on that episode.
Oh my gosh, I can't clear my throat.
I could have said more on that episode, and I didn't.
Yeah, there was a lot that wasn't unpacked. And we wouldn't really get into like my parents are married. They've been married for a while. I don't actually remember how long they've been married, because I'm terrible at that. And I feel like we really talked about the divorce aspect of it, because you guys have more stories and stuff like that. Like, I mean, my parents have been married. They fight constantly. But like I do think deep down that they really do love each other. It's just Bob annoys my mom. Yeah.
I mean, also I think too, like, yeah, we got into like the divorce side of it, but also like we should probably talk about like the step parent side of it as well.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel to be on the step parent side of?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Of the marriage, and it takes a, I always share a post. It doesn't take a step parent to be a parent. They stepped up to be the parent, right? And like I am like super close with my stepdad, and I'm very, 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 very spoiled. We'll just say that. And he has, done so much for me. And I talked about Christmas in our last episode, about like the Paris Amour scent and all this stuff. Like I remember all of those things, and like even like a small conversation, like he knows I'm off, I think, before I even know I'm off. Like if he's home, he's a truck driver, so if he's home and like we're sitting in the living room and I'm quiet, he'll say, "A penny for your thoughts." I'm like, okay. He knows that there's something wrong, and like he'll break the silence, be like, "A penny for your thoughts." I'm like, "No, I'm okay." He'll be like, tell me what's going on. Like, that's a safe space, right? Like, and I also said in the episode, we don't have as close of a relationship with our stepmom, but also I would not have thought my relationship with my stepdad would be where it is today, based off the way that I, close the door in his face, and he is the nicest person, and he will open up his door for anybody. He loves to cook. He made
Smash
burgers and smashed potatoes.
Yes, and it was so good.
So good. So like he will do anything for anybody. Same with my mom. So if you have not listened to that episode, please do. And also, before we get, any more questions, we did put a disclaimer out on our Instagram page about, being kind about, the things that we talk about. Like we say it all the time, we are not professionals, but we will not tolerate the disrespect behind it, because we are not doing this, to get, a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like views or like followers. We're doing this for us, honestly.
Right.
It's for nobody else but us.
And like Lauren said in the first episode, this is our journal. So either tap into the journal or not.
As someone once said, get on the support boat or drown.
Oh!
That was me that said that.
Yeah, that person was her. Okay? All right. We're going to step away from the boat. We're going to step away from the boat and go to the dock, and we're going to go into questions that we're going to ask each other. Okay, Lauren, what do you remember about how we met?
So we met in band freshman year of high school, and we had this amazing band teacher. His name was Mr. Cohen, and we just like had such a connection. Like I don't even remember I don't even know. Like I don't remember how like we just started talking, but like we started talking and then like it was just best friends from there on. Like
we would always get in trouble too.
Yeah.
Even you want to tell them how you changed your instrument?
Oh yeah, I changed my instrument so I could sit next to her in band class because Mr. Cohen wouldn't let us sit next to each other. So I played the alto sax, and then I switched from that to the tenor sax so that I could sit next to Angelica in band class.
Yeah, and I played the baritone / euphonium. Fun fact, a baritone has 3 keys. A euphonium has 4. But I played those instruments. And yes, shout out to Mr. Cohen, because not only was he a great band teacher, but he convinced me to be a part of the River City Youth Brass Band. So that was something that I can add to my resume that I actually really enjoyed.
Was a little rude that he kind of just left though.
So rude. Could have saw us out to graduate,
Yeah.
Still don't know.
That man followed from, like, he was my middle school band teacher.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
he followed to high school.
Yeah.
How rude.
And then he left.
How rude. I remember meeting Lo in band, but like 9th grade was such a blur, and like I only have like certain memories, you know what I mean, like that stand out.
Like I don't even remember like how we started talking or anything. I just remember us being friends, and then that was it.
The only class we had together was band.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any more classes together, but we also like starting in band together. Then we turned into eating lunch together. Mm-hmm. So Lo was my first friend that made me feel like an outsider in a new school. So love that.
I tried my best. All right, what is your favorite memory of me?
We have a lot.
Yeah, we do have a lot.
I think a lot of the memories are like outside of like high school.
Mm-hmm.
When I got my first tattoo.
Oh yeah, we all went together.
We all went together, and everybody was getting a tattoo. Zach and Steve, and I was the odd man out. I was like, no, not gonna get one because I'm scared of everything. Literally scared of everything. And Lode said, how about you get something that, will mean the most to you, and that this will be your first one. So like pick something that you want. I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. I think everybody got done, and I was like, okay, I'll get my tattoo. So the tattoo that I have is on my right wrist, and it says love. And the V is actually scissors, because I went to cosmetology school. So, it meant a lot. I mean, and that memory was very fond because Lo has way more tattoos than me. But I think that was my favorite memory because it was so spontaneous. Because I even think I told my mom, I was like, oh, they're all going to go get tattoos. I said, they, not me. So me coming home with a tattoo. She's like, oh, I thought you weren't getting one. So I think that there's probably more memories. The biggest memory we are going to make is next year when we're in Florida in Disney together.
Yes. Was it as bad as you thought it was going to be, though?
No. I mean, I have a low pain tolerance, and I think the only part that really hurt, you could kind of tell like where I jumped at, but it was like right on the vein.
Yeah.
Right on the vein. But like this tattoo, cosmetology school, I even tried like the salon life for a little bit, and it just wasn't for me. But I always tell Lauren, and Lauren always gets on me about this, like I do really good work, but the anxiety gets in the way a lot because I think that my work is not as good as somebody else's. And we just were at a wedding. Was it last weekend?
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago. And me and my friend actually worked together for a little bit, and then she went and worked with my mom, but she asked me to do her hair and makeup and some of her bridesmaids for her wedding. And I said yes. Obviously I said yes, but like somebody who, deals with anxiety, I was nervous because I'm like, we did a hair trial, we did a makeup trial, and, we did the hair trial. It turned out really, really good. And then the day of the wedding, this is why you always do a trial before. We figured out what works best with her hair. And I'm like doing her hair, and everything. I'm like, okay, I gotta like talking to myself. Like I gotta hype myself up, you know what I mean? And she looked absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. I mean, even like the confidence, you get confidence when you do certain things, and like I think my confidence comes out when I do hair. And like a lot of people don't know that I do that. Mm-hmm. Like on the side, I would never work in a salon again. It was the worst experience of my life.
Rough.
But like my main thing is like I love to do hair color, highlights, all of that stuff. But she looked absolutely gorgeous, and we did a half up, half down hairstyle. And I did some of her bridesmaids, and I did her makeup. She looked absolutely gorgeous. So this tattoo actually like kind of means a lot to me, more than what, I have a stitch and a T on a crown. But this one is probably more sentimental. Yeah.
I think my favorite memory, honestly, I have a few. In high school, she would always do my hair, always do my hair. So like, I kind of cherish those memories from high school. And she still does my hair. She actually just did my hair a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Was it?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my all-time favorite memories is whenever we are having a game night and getting a little drunk. She somehow always ends up under the table. I don't understand how, no matter what we're doing, how it's going, she always ends up under the table.
That's funny. Well, also, like, thinking about memories, though, favorite memory, like, it just came to my brain, was when we were in, was it like 10th or 11th grade? 10th grade was probably my worst year. Hands down.
What year was it that the whole thing happened at our school?
11th.
So was it before that or was it after that?
It was before that.
Okay. So the 10th.
Yeah. So we were friends with this other guy, but we would call ourselves the McBingarks. Like, our last names together. Like, my maiden name is Starks. Then we were like, okay, we're not friends with him anymore. So we would just be the Bingarks. And we would have a crew neck that had the Bingarks in the back. It was a maroon crew neck, and our Bingarks was in light purple. I remember this vividly. And in the front, it would have all of our favorite sayings. Yes. That we said. So it's like, Down Bessie was on there. Mm-hmm.
Idiots. If you know, you know.
There was, I honestly think I want to remake that. But honestly, like, make it a Laughing Lounge edition.
Yeah, updated.
Like that, and I think we have pictures in them. So if I find them, I will post them on Instagram.
Didn't we wore those when we were on a double date? Did we wear those when that whole thing happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we wore Converses. I remember that. I have a vivid memory, and I can picture, because we were at the North Versailles movie theater.
Yep.
Bro, I will post those pictures. I will look at my Google Photos and post those pictures. That's crazy. It literally just came in my brain. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. And let's not forget, when we were in high school, we're the same way now. Lauren is not confrontational. Okay. Oh, no. If she absolutely has to be, then she will be. But I'm more of the confrontational one. So like when we would get in trouble for wearing the sweatshirts, I'm like, don't touch me.
Yeah. Like, I mean, people like to test her. Like, why?
The old principal would like pick up my crew neck like with one hand, like,
yeah,
you're not allowed to wear
so
this.
Strict. Like, it was a crew neck.
I said, don't touch me.
Wear that. Like, our school was really strict on the dress code.
Yeah, that school has shaped me to the woman I am today.
Oh, Melantha.
What is one thing that I do that makes you laugh?
When you are, like, just randomly talking and then all of a sudden you pause and just scream for no reason. It's the outbursts for me, honestly. And then from high school, whenever she would say down Bessie, she would say it all the time. It was so great.
If you don't know what Down Bessie's from, are you really a Disney fan? Really. So when we post this episode, I'm going to post on our Instagram story. What Disney movie does Down Bessie come from? And I want to know. And who knows it? Yeah. Because if you don't know that movie, are you really a Disney fan? Because the movie that it's from, people wouldn't think it's from that movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Also, when we're in Target, and Zach will say, you won't do it. I'll wipe all this stuff off the shelf.
You won't do it.
I think when we're all together, like me, you, Steve, and Zach, and Steve will talk over you.
Oh my God.
And you'll be like, I'm done talking.
I just quit.
Or, you know, when she makes like random like comments, like what she said about the boat. Like, you don't expect those things to come from her. You would expect them to come from me. Or
your mom still thinks that I was not the one that said that.
Yes. She was like, you said that. No, I have proof. I did not say that. I mean, I feel like anytime we're together, or when we are out in public, or at a function, and we both peep the same thing, and then we like, we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
We'll talk about that later.
Have that look.
Yep.
All right. What do you value most about our friendship?
Oh, getting deep.
We're getting deep.
I think that one, that you let me be like 100% myself, and you don't judge me about absolutely anything. And I think that I come with a lot of baggage, but like not bad baggage, like trauma from things that have happened, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and you don't want to feel like a burden in a friendship like that. But I think like since we've built our relationship, you know, from high school on, I think I just value you as a person. I mean, and we were just talking last night. I said, I think I'd actually tell you more things than I tell my husband.
Oh, I 100% tell you more things than I tell Zach. I kind of forget to tell Zach things a lot, actually.
We'll be together. I'm like, did you tell him? He was like, he'll be like, tell me what? I'm like, oh,
sure did not.
But yeah, I do think that like out of all the friends that I have, I mean, all the friends. Okay, let me clarify. All the friends that I have, Lo, Steve, and Zach, all the friends, I have 3.
Yeah.
So let's just put it there. What's one thing what do you value most about me?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty similar. Like, honestly, our friendship has had so many years to like blossom to where it's at right now. I think the biggest thing is that I can just come to you and vent anytime about anything, and it's just we honestly like we never just like stop having a conversation.
Yeah, it like continuously flows.
But like, yeah, I can trust you.
Yeah,
I can come to you and I can tell you something, and I trust that it's not gonna go
out
of from you or Steve, because I mean.
And then there's like sometimes we have these conversations. We'll be like, okay, vent time, but just me and you. Like, yeah. And then like if we have the preference, like and our relationship is so strong that like she'll text me and be like, okay, this one's just between me and you, but I really need to talk to you about X, Y, and Z. And like I do it too, but like not. And I think that's one of our pet peeves, like together, is like not everything needs to be shared with your significant other. And usually, most of the time, even if we need to vent about something, we vent about it when we're with the boys anyway. Do we think that they're listening?
Pay attention?
No.
And sometimes they do surprise us. They'll just be like, "Oh, by the way, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "You were listening?"
And that was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
we've moved on. But we also talked about in the first episode too, like there were times where we didn't talk for a little bit, and that's because life literally got in the way. Like I think on my side we had like death after death after death.
Yeah.
And then like her side, there was a lot of stuff going on. So it's like, but when you come back together, like you just pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
Really. Like
never changed.
And it really wasn't anything like bad blood. Like things like literally got in the way. Like to the point where like it was like I think I was going through like this deep depression and like she was mad at me because like you could have told me, right? But it's like you don't want to put that on somebody else.
Yeah. Especially if you already feel like you're bothering people by telling something, like you don't want to.
Right, and then like silently drowning too. What's your biggest fear?
So I have a really random fear of chainsaws. Like nothing has ever happened that would make me scared of chainsaws, but I hate chainsaws. Like when we're in, like when we go to like Fright Night or like Kennywood and stuff, and they have the chainsaws without the chain in the haunted house, no. Or like they're just walking around with chainsaws, no. It freaks me out. This one time, Zach was out chopping wood with a chainsaw, and I had to leave. Like I literally had to leave and go into the house because I couldn't even watch it. Like it scares me so bad. I also have a fear of like losing this friendship and relationship with Zach and stuff. It's like, the common.
I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, losing something that is your safe space, number one.
Yeah.
And like, it might sound really crazy. Like, I mean, everybody says like death is a fear, but
yes.
like, I'm actually terrified of that. Like, terrified. And then like, when you sit and think, right? Like randomly think, and maybe it's just me because my brain is set up differently, but like, there is going to come a time where you're going to have to, make it in this world without your parents. Mm-hmm. And that is my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Because I'm really close with my mom, my dad, my stepdad. So it's like, that is my biggest fear. Like, how does life go on if something were to happen to either of them? Also, like, a big fear of mine is, like, not achieving my goals. But I feel like I, knocked everything off my bucket list. Like, I work with children. My goal was to, get my degree. I was able to get my degree. Now I'm back in school. Fun fact, I have an associate's degree in business, and I use that to, understand the numbers and stuff at work. But now I'm going for my bachelor's degree. A degree is a degree, and I've had to fight hard to get that associate's degree while working full time. Also,
that's hard.
Yeah, and also, making sure that I always have a relationship with my siblings, making sure that my nieces and nephews know that they can come to me about absolutely anything. And, those little children, I would do anything for them. I have 7 nieces and nephews.
That's a lot.
I have 7 nieces and nephews.
I have 4, and they're all nephews. And I am very, very close to my eldest nephew because we are only a few years apart.
Oh, you guys grew up together.
We grew up together. We are very close.
Yeah. And I think in Steph's episode, I actually talked about my oldest nephew. He's 10. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he's, I always say that he's an OG baby. So my heartstrings are a little bit, it's different. But I have 3 nieces and sassy, and they love to get their nails done, things like that. So the word fear is a big word, but losing my marriage relationship with Steve is up there in top because we've been together for so long mm-hmm. that even though you don't want to think about things, those are real thoughts. Do you want something to happen? No. But it's what can I do to prevent that from happening? And like I said in the episode last week, I want to make sure that I will not go through the same things that my parents went through, and make sure that I'm not living in fear when it comes to my marriage.
Yeah. Honestly, it was just me and Zach's 9th year anniversary on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like thinking about like you've been with this person for that many years. Like it's scary to think that something might happen in that relationship and then you just don't have that anymore.
Right.
Like
especially, and it's crazy because you could be really confident in your relationship, right?
yeah, like
and,
I know he's not going anywhere, but
correct.
like you never fully know.
And like you go through things in your relationship, you go through things in your marriage. Like our biggest thing when we first got married was just like the communication, right? Like he can't read my thoughts, I can't read his thoughts, and we finally were able to get to a middle ground. Like he, listen, Steve and Zach are best friends, okay? Me and Lo are best friends, but he is also my best friend, and Zach is also your best friend. So like those are the things that we had to put as priority. Like we weren't fighting against each other, or trying to work together to get our communication a little bit better.
Yeah.
Even if it's like sometimes he might think that like I'm ignoring him, but I'm really not. And then he knows what I do for work. He's been with me the whole time that I've worked there. Literally, that's actually crazy to think about.
That is.
Yeah, he's been with me the whole time that I've worked where I work at. And like he had to get used to me being a teacher with my work schedule. He had to be used to, my work schedule as AD. He had to be used to my work schedule as senior director. So now I'm like, I have to tell him like, I am not ignoring you. I promise. But I also have to do X, Y, and Z. And if I don't do this by this date, I'm in trouble. Yeah. And if he like, I know like his work schedule is a little bit opposite of mine. Like he starts work later in the day. And my day is going to be wrapping up soon. So, like, I know that he'll call me at a certain time for his first break, and I make sure that I can answer so I can talk to him for 15 minutes. And then by the time I get home, he's on his other break, so I can talk to him at that time. But, like, he also talks to me about, like, his fears, and his fear is pretty much the same thing. I'm like, we are doing this together, not against each other.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy how we both kind of work the same schedule a little bit, and then, like, the boys have like weird schedules. Like Steve's isn't super weird, it's just like the second shift.
Yeah.
But Zach's is like all messed up.
And what's also like sad is too that, not really sad, but like there's some weekends that he works overtime, like mandatory overtime. And like he called me yesterday actually. He was supposed to work mandatory overtime today and tomorrow. And he called me and was like, you get to spend the day with me on Sunday all day. He's like, and I get to see you Saturday because I don't have overtime. Small things like that, when he's excited to tell me things like that, actually make me feel good.
He hated his life last Saturday.
Sure did.
You called him and he was like, hello.
Very blunt. I'm mad. Yeah. I was like, okay, let's talk it out. Let's work through it. And then he was like, maybe I'll get out early today. No, he did it. And his schedule is like, if he has overtime on Saturdays and Sundays, he has to work his shift that he would work during the week. So like his big thing was, I get comfortable, I'm comfortable at home, and then it rolls around to 3. I'm like, okay, gotta get up and go to work. No, we're going to decompress now. It's completely opposite.
Yeah.
But fun fact, we actually are having the boys on an episode, and I'm really excited. So
Zach does not want to do it, but he doesn't.
He'll do it for us.
Yeah.
And I apologize in advance.
Yeah, they're wild together. They have no filter whatsoever.
We will make sure we put on a disclaimer before the episode, just for our boys, How do you feel supported in our friendship?
I just feel like it's always a safe space. I can talk to you about anything and everything, and it's always just, you're there to listen, or if I need advice, you're there to give advice. Like, it's just, you're always there, and you're never judging what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way, though. Like, there is always a point in time where, like, you want to vent about certain things to your significant other, but you don't want to be like them hearing the same thing over and over and over again. And then you want a different perspective. Like, I was able to text Lo and say, this week has been bullshit. And she'll be like, oh no. And I'm like, sorry, I just need to get it out for a second.
That literally happened last night. You were like, this week has been crap. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
She's like, I'm over here drinking. I said, girl, I am in the bed. I am mentally exhausted. I said, make sure you have a drink for me because the week I had literally felt like I was getting my ass kicked. Ugh. Like, I felt like Monday, boom, punch in the stomach. Tuesday, boom, let me punch you in the jaw. Wednesday, actually, I'm going to hit you in your other jaw.
I feel like this week was long.
Correct.
It took forever.
And, like, maybe I'm like, you know how people say they have, like, seasonal depression?
Mm-hmm.
My seasonal depression is in the summer.
Yes, I honestly do not like summer.
It's
thrive. Too hot.
I thrive in the fall.
It's too hot. I don't have cute clothes to wear in summer. Like, I need this to be fall time.
Catch me in biker shorts in the summer. But fall, my outfits.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite time is fall weather. The little rainy out. And got an oversized crew neck on.
And the candles.
Yes.
I'm obsessed. Yes. Bath and Body Works, by the way, this is not a sponsored ad, has their fall scents out right now.
Need to go right now.
They also have really cute wallflower holders.
Yes, they actually have been having such good designs.
Yes. My mom called me this a little bit ago and told us that hand soaps at Bath and Body Works are $2.99.
So there I'll be.
So
that's where we're going after this.
Fall scents. Yes. So if you see my Instagram, it's tagged in our Laughing Lounge Instagram page. I post a lot more, I feel like, in the fall time. Mm-hmm. For sure. So I think that's the seasonal depression.
I mean, there's just so much. I feel like I do a lot more in the fall time because it's so comfortable outside.
Yes.
Like I can go outside and go to the pumpkin patch and wear a crew neck sweatshirt and not be dying because it's 90 degrees outside. Or it's not 30 degrees outside. Like it's just so
it's like the middle.
Comfortable.
Like there was one day like the breeze was like, oh, it's nice out here. Like there was one night I felt like I actually needed a zip up jacket. And then I look in my closet and I'm like, I have a lot of clothes. Everybody knows. Like I have a shoe problem, a clothes problem, a cup problem. Like we all know this. But when it comes to clothes, I don't have a lot of zip up jackets.
I don't either. I think I have one.
But I'm a hoodie girl. So like it is, if you thrive in a fall, I want to know. If you are a fall person, let us know on our Instagram. Like what is your favorite season? I would say that. Yeah, what's your favorite season?
What's your favorite season? What's your what's your go-to outfit for that season?
And then in the season, what's your favorite activity? Mm-hmm. Yes, excited.
In the summertime, I love going mini golfing.
She's obsessed.
I am obsessed. It's a little bad.
As we talk about heat, me realizing that we booked our trip for Disney in July.
I know, it's going to be terrible. But it's okay.
We will feel the magic.
We do need it to rain here, though, because it's been really hot. And it hasn't been raining, so we kind of do.
Supposed to rain next week.
We need it.
It's supposed to rain next week. Yep.
All right. What are you looking forward to the most in the future?
I mean, I feel like us launching this podcast has been one, absolutely amazing. Like the support has been amazing. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we weren't doing this podcast to, get the views or, what I mean? And if we do, that's just a perk. We just want to be here for people who need an outlet. So I really do think that, this podcast can go a long way. I actually had my stepdad listen to the podcast. And he's a truck driver, like I said, and he will listen. And he listens all the way through. And I asked him what he thought about it. And he had some really nice things to say about it. And, his support, my mom's support, our family support, our significant other support. Mm-hmm. So I think that, us doing this not only made us step outside of our comfort zone, but I think that we can do a lot. And I'm really, really excited. I'm not going to share details right now, but I sent it to Lo last night. We got an email about someone who owns a major skincare company wants us to interview her on our podcast. So I will not scream on this podcast because then maybe everybody will unfollow us. But this is big. This is huge.
Yeah.
This is huge. And I'm really excited. So all of the blood, sweat, tears that we put into this podcast, actually there were no tears put into the podcast, but all of the work that we've been putting in is actually starting to pay off. And I'm really, really excited. So stay tuned. Look on Instagram and YouTube about our upcoming episode with that. And I'm really excited. And we also have some topics that we're going to be covering here shortly, in a few episodes down the road. So I'm excited for you guys to tune in. We are still going to be talking about like anxiety and mental health, but we're also going to turn the pages a little bit and talk about things that people really don't talk about. So we're excited to open up the walls with that as well.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I was gonna say the podcast as well. So yep.
Because like honestly, like full transparency, like whenever I brought this to you about the podcast, in my head I'm like, nah, this isn't gonna go past.
She literally had a dream about us doing a podcast and like making money doing this podcast, and she was like, we should do it. And I said,
this is something that I thought about for months beforehand,
but
like I've never dreamt about something, and every time I dream about something, it actually becomes real. Let's just say that. And I was talking to Steve about it. Steve's like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? I'm like, oh, well, how about we start with the marketing? And fun fact, what our logo is, the color scheme, that's not what it was originally. I sat on it for, a day?
Yeah.
And I said, we're going to restructure that.
Maybe a few hours.
Maybe a few hours. But yeah, like I'm really excited that we get to do it together.
Yeah, that's the big part.
Yeah, we can do it together. Know about, our perspectives. Talk to other people. Like we already had 2 guests on our podcast, and that's not all. Not all. We have some things up our sleeves. So we're excited for you guys to, tune in, and thank you for your support. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
What's something you've learned about yourself this year?
Just that, just because you fear something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Like, I know that a lot of people fear change. Like, I fear change, like, a lot. It took me a long time to actually, like, come to leave where I used to work and go work with KinderCare, and then it took a lot of thought leaving KinderCare again to go work where my job is now, because I hate change. But just because you fear something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Right.
It shouldn't hold you back.
And I love that you said that, because where I work now, like that, it's literally been my whole life. Literally, like I was there, I aged out when I was 12. Like, so if we're not going anywhere. So like, I had to go through a major change, and I was just talking about this on Thursday, at work, and I was talking about how, I was having a hard time moving from one team to the next, and I think that I took it the hardest. Like, I'm talking like sobbing, upset, and then you realize like this is probably the best thing that could have happened for me, not only as a person, but as a leader. Like, it makes you a better leader. Change makes you, want to step out and do things that you wouldn't do before. So like, it is, listen, if anybody can know about change, it's me. And I think also that putting yourself out there, even though you're afraid that you won't have the support, that shouldn't be a fear also.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that I have to work on with myself. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? If we do this podcast, will we have the support? Yeah. The right people that will support you will support you. And if those people aren't going to support you,
then get off the boat.
I guess they're not meant to, right?
Yeah.
And I think that doing this podcast might have probably been the best thing that we probably could have done.
Yes, I agree.
Helping others, helping ourselves, and like to the point where like my husband now gets excited and be like, listen, I think that you should do this for the podcast. I think that you should do this for the podcast.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
He's giving you
and like his ideas are so good though, like so good. And it is, I had to recently go through this past weekend. Like, people are not going to be happy with the things that we talk about. They're not. And that is okay. And it's okay to not be okay with what we talk about, because maybe this is not for you. And if it's not for you, that's okay. I appreciate everyone who comes in and listens, because we want this to be a safe space for other people. This is our safe space. We want to do that for other people. And I want people to feel like if they need to, crack a joke or laugh while we're talking on our podcast, then so be that. Like, I At night, I will literally just scroll on TikTok. And I don't know why, but like at the time where it should be time for us to go to bed, TikTok wants to
Doom
have
scrolling.
hilarious videos. So like I am also, a person that, that does have that anxiety, but also I'm starting to teach myself that just because you're not somebody's cup of tea, oh well. Oh well.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Those are some really good questions.
Those are really good questions.
Really
Those
good
are
questions.
some deep questions, too.
Yeah. And if anybody has any questions that you want to ask us, please do. And before we go into our next part of our podcast, if anybody knows anyone who has like a small business, a side hustle, anything like that, please let us know. Let us know on Instagram or on our TikTok. We want to support in any way that we can, even if it is just a shout out. We would love to do that. Okay, now it's time for us to talk books. We'll share some of our favorites, and then we'll also talk about our smut corner just for fun, with also some spicy recommendations. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's ask the first question. Well, what book has had the biggest impact on your mental health or perspective on life?
I honestly don't really have an answer to this question because I don't really read books that are like talking about life and stuff like that. It's more like fiction and
That's real.
yeah.
Well, okay, so for me, the two that I picked, the only reason why I know about them is because one was a gift from my old boss, and the other one we actually did for my job. We did 100 days challenge, and we went to a summit in May of 2024 in Orlando, and the writer Michelle Poler of the book was actually there at the summit. And she talked about her book, and we actually read it as a team. So the first book is called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he pretty much breaks down the 4 laws of change. So make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. And also that book taught me that small wins matter. Like I say it all the time. Also, the Michelle Poler book is Hello Fear. So she talked about things that she has overcome. So as a company, we did an 100 days challenge. So I love that.
Yeah, that's fun. If you could recommend one comfort read to listeners, what would it be?
Kelsey Haas, her Hello series, probably one of my favorites.
Mine is The Never King. I absolutely love that book. It is spicy, so if you're not into that, it's probably not
for you.
But it is really good. The whole series is really good.
I'm gonna add that to my list.
It's so good.
Do you prefer audiobooks, ebooks, or old school paperbacks?
Ebooks. I use the Kindle app on my phone all the time. I also have a Kindle. I cannot get into picking up a book and turning, like, I just don't read like that. Like, I read better and more when it's digital.
I agree. Ebooks all the way. And she actually got me into Kindles, and I have one. But I also have an iPad and a phone, but I use my Kindle more. Ebooks all the way. Like, with paper books or hardback books, you have to do it paper cuts, and I'm not with that.
I mean, I do like having the paper copy. Like, if I were to read it, I might buy the paper copy just to have in my library. That I don't have a library though. But what character from a book do you secretly see yourself in?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't really know either. I said like any character where like there's like a strong character in, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool to be friends with a badass.
Yeah, someone with like a strong personality.
Or I'm like really into supernatural books as well, like ghosts and werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to be friends with something like that.
Yeah, or like I'm into the Summer I Turned Pretty right now since season 3's out, and I actually read the books, and like I could see myself being Belly's friend, but we're gonna have some conversations because we're gonna make sure that we pick the right brother. Like, for real.
Like, choose again, girl. Choose again.
If your life was a book title right now, what would it be? And why?
I said bulls, bites, and quiet nights for the fact that I bull. I love a good meal. And I'm very quiet, so it's very fitting.
She is very quiet. Mine would be laughing through the chaos because I like to create safe spaces and finding humor in like the trauma and the chaos.
That's a good one. I like that.
Love that. Okay, so now we are going to show each other covers of books, and we're going to rate each other's books to see what we feel like if they're spicy based off the picture. We are going to upload them to our Instagram later on today so you can see them. So, Lo, you go first.
Okay, so it's called The Fine Print. What do you think?
Because there's like actually like no pictures. I think that is spicy, like 4.
I personally didn't think it was super spicy. Like, there were scenes in it. This one is definitely a book where it's more plot based than smut.
Oh.
And it's actually a really long book. Like, when I started it, I didn't realize it was such a big book. I was like, oh.
Okay, my turn.
I'm ready. I'm gonna go real spicy. I'm gonna say 5.
It is.
I could tell.
It is really spicy. And it's like things that you like would not expect.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm like, oh. Like I clutched my pearls.
Not the pearls.
This is called Hello Temptation by Kelsey Haas.
All right. Here's my second one. This book is called Triple Duty Bodyguards by Lily Gold.
I'm giving that a 5.
100%.
Giving that a 5.
100%.
I'm giving that a 5.
Sure is a 5. 5 out of 5.
Okay. Mine is called Bad for You by Charity Farrell.
I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah, so I would give this one maybe a 2 because the picture just kind of like does the most and it doesn't. No. We've read Corrupt. I mean, it has nothing compared to that.
Oh my gosh, that sauna scene.
Or Birthday Girl.
Oh, Birthday Girl is so good. And like, there are like, I feel like it rates like a 2 on the chili pepper scale, but it's really like, there's just a lot of tension, a lot of sexual tension.
And it builds up, and then once it builds up, and they got
read it. So good.
Read it.
Yes.
My mouth was like open. I'm like, oh.
Credence by Penelope. No, I can't say it. Penelope Douglas is really good too. It is a little taboo though, so
yes.
Warning.
Yes. If you're not ready for that, move on. If I can also ask my mother-in-law for her book recommendations because that lady reads a lot of smut.
I like to read a lot of smut.
She even has bookmarks that refer to her smut books. So if you need recommendations, I'll actually ask her to make a recommendation list, and then we'll share it next episode because I want her take on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I mean, you guys can send us recommendations too. We love a good book.
Yes. Send us, recommendations of like books that you've read, and like we'll read them and we'll rate them ourselves.
Yeah, we'll do a
little mini book club.
Yeah.
A little mini book club.
Love that idea.
My favorite part.
The Disney questions. As we stated earlier, we have a Disney trip planned coming. It's next year. It's the end of July. It's gonna be so hot.
I want to feel the magic.
So we're gonna do some Disney questions. Do you want to do the first one?
Yeah. Which Disney princess would make the worst roommate?
I feel like I have to go with Rapunzel.
All that hair
for one. 2, She's just so chatty.
She is chatty, but if you needed to, beat somebody up, she got a frying pan.
Yep.
I would say Ariel or Merida. Merida's very loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
Yeah.
Ariel, she's gonna want her friends with her, so I don't know where Flounder would go.
Guys need to get a fish tank.
But also Sebastian might make a really good roommate.
Yeah.
He might say what everybody else is thinking. Love that.
Okay, so let's do the other way. And what Disney character would make the best roommate? We're not just doing princesses. Let's do.
I can't. I always do this, like my favorite characters, but no, I might go a different way. Russell from Up.
Russell.
100%.
I mean, my favorite character is Winnie the Pooh, and I think he would be an amazing roommate. So, I mean, I might be a little biased, but all you gotta do is just get him some honey, and
he's good.
He's good, yeah.
He's good.
He'll do his little stretches, and it'll be fine.
He's real good. Which Disney character do you secretly identify with? Not a princess, a character.
Eeyore, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
I mean, it's
my spirit animal.
It's Pixar, but the anxiety character from Inside Out 2 is me. I am her. She is me. So, if you have not seen the movie yet, there's a part of the movie. I'm only going to spoil this part. There's a part of the movie where she comes into like the, what do they call it?
The control center.
Yeah, the control center, and they turn around and she's there, and she goes, "Where
do
I put my baggage?"
That's probably the best.
Yes, 100%.
Actually, I have a good question to go off of that one too. What Disney character do you see like your little devil on your shoulder? What Disney characters telling you to do bad things?
I would have to go with two: Hades or Stitch. But also Stitch learned to love and have a family. So I'll take that back. I'll say Hades and the villain from the Mulan movie.
Ooh, yeah. You don't really like see him that much in the movie.
But he my soft spot for him was whenever the doll dropped.
I think I would also go with Hades. I like Ursula. I like her a lot too, even though she didn't need to do all that. But
taking people's voices and stuff.
Right. But I feel like she would definitely be the person. You should do that. It's fine.
Which villain do you low-key agree with?
Agree with. So, like, agree with, like, the reasoning behind
like their behaviors. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like Hades.
Yeah.
Because, like, that poor guy, he just wanted to be a part of the party going on in the sky.
And he was never a part of it.
Yeah.
I would say him or, honestly, no. Him or, I can't even say Ursula.
No.
Because I don't agree with that.
What she did was wild.
I don't agree with Jafar either.
Mm-mm.
And
Scar, no.
Oh.
I feel like the new Mufasa movie, didn't they like kind of do a backstory on why he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
The backstory was like his dad pretty much looked at Mufasa as, thank you for saving the tribe and his wife and his family, and that his son was pretty much too much of a coward or scared to do that, and I think that's where that anger came from.
I think I can get behind that one a little bit, just because of the backstory. Like, if I didn't have the backstory, no.
Right.
Why are we just killing people for no reason?
And your brother. They're actually not even really brothers.
I did see that.
Mufasa was a stray. I don't know. I don't really agree with any of the villains.
Mm-mm.
Now, what is a villain that you don't agree with?
Scar. Why are we killing people?
Right.
Who else is there?
It was definitely Ursula.
Oh, the person from Snow White.
Oh, you're Maleficent. No.
No.
Oh my God, that was bad.
I don't know what her name is.
I said that really confidently too.
But her too. I do believe that one is uncalled for. I feel like Snow White. What's Maleficent? Aurora.
I said Maleficent really confidently.
Rapunzel. Like all those people that are like.
They did my girl Tiana dirty too. All she wanted
Yeah.
was her own restaurant to find love.
Yeah. So I don't agree with any of those.
Well, I think that maybe episodes moving forward that we will probably do some more Disney questions. Probably that leads us up into our Disney trip. Because not only are we going to be really exhausted and hot because of the heats, but we're also, I could get down on Main Street. So
It's not even going to matter that we're hot.
correct,
miserable because we're at Disney, so it doesn't count.
And coffee in a Disney cup that has fairies on it from the Starbucks
It just tastes better.
makes life a lot better.
It just tastes better.
Now we're going to do our Am I the Asshole story. So here is what we have for this week. Am I the asshole for only buying my parents' stuff that cannot be shared or taken while my brother and his family live with us? All right. My brother, 32, has been knocking up his wife, 32, since they were in high school. Their oldest is now 13, but they have 3 more. She's a stay-at-home mom, and he works as a cleaning staff at a FIFO camp. It's pretty good money, but they waste a lot of it. They have multiple gaming systems, and the 2 oldest kids have very new iPhones. I, 28, live in the loft above my parents' garage. I do not pay rent because my folks want me to save up for my future. I help out around the house and I buy groceries for my parents as well as myself. My brother and his family live in the in-law suite in my parents' basement. It was supposed to be a rental to get them some extra money for when they retire, but after my brother lost his job because he would not get vaccinated, our folks let him move in. I also love to buy them gifts, but my brother and his family always needed exactly what I happened to give them. For example, I brought my mom a very colorful bag from Colombia called a mochila. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It is just a woven cotton shoulder bag with very vibrantly colored yarn. My niece 9 saw it and wanted to use it for a project at school, where she promptly lost it. I got my father a bottle of Van Winkler bourbon since he loves to have a drink after a long day. My brother and his wife found it and drank it, mixed it with orange juice because it was so strong tasting. So now I do other stuff. I took my mom and dad to see Anastasia, and I got us really good seats. No one else was invited. I took my dad out for a steak dinner and then to a speakeasy in our city and treated him to a $160 cocktail. These are the things my parents love doing but won't waste money on. I keep the groceries I buy in my loft. I will make meals for my parents and have them over, or I will bring the ingredients and cook with my dad. My brother started asking why I don't leave the groceries in the freezer, fridge, or pantry that they have access to, and why I stopped buying my parents gifts. He says I'm living there for free and I should give them more. I asked him how much he was paying in rent or how he was contributing to the household, and he said he was tired on the weeks he was home and that his wife and kids were too busy to help. I work a full-time job. I volunteer at a cat rescue. I do theater, sports as a hobby, and I still manage to help with yard work, housework, and errands, and helping with my grandmother who is in a locked-in facility for dementia patients. I pointed this out, and he said that I was being a little bee. I said I wasn't stupid enough to leave anything around that he or his family could steal. Now we are fighting, and my parents are upset. His wife called me an asshole for not the treats that I buy my parents. I think that she meant for not sharing the treats that she buys for her parents. I can afford to buy treats for my parents but not for 5 more people who do not contribute. Am I the asshole?
No.
Well, no.
No. I 100% no, you're not the asshole. How did it come to, like, you needing to no, what? Like, I'm not supporting your family.
Hello.
With the groceries that I'm paying for me and my mom and dad. Like, no.
And for him to say, why don't you leave groceries and snacks, like, in the freezer, fridge, and pantry?
Why don't you go get your own groceries?
Correct. And that means that you wanted to take what I bought for them.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the asshole. And for her brother's wife, know your place, sis.
Right?
Because this isn't about you. And actually, you are the one who's eating the stuff that I'm buying for them. I get where she's coming from, though, about, like, her parents being upset. But, like, sometimes you have siblings that you need to stand up to.
Yeah. Like, no thanks.
For your parents. And, like, maybe her parents like to keep the peace. And they just, they're feeling this way. Maybe they even talk to her about how they're feeling. And because she's, they're helping them. Maybe that's why she felt the need to say something. And just because she's not paying rent, she's helping in other ways.
And, like, for you guys, like, you to come at her saying that she doesn't pay rent and blah, blah, blah. She's helping around the house. You guys are living there. You might be paying rent, but, like, what are you doing around the house?
Nothing.
Exactly. Like, you are not that busy where you can't do something around the house.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
If you have your own Am I the Asshole stories from your personal life, send them to us so we can talk about them. Give our perspective and our opinion. You can DM us on Instagram or on TikTok.
At @the.laughinglounge. Alrighty, that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you loved this mix of reflection, laughs, books, and chaos.
Today we covered anxiety, family, smutty books, Am I the Asshole drama, and Disney hot takes. Basically a little bit of everything.
If you want to be a part of the conversation, send us your questions, Am I the Asshole stories, or even your book recommendations. We might feature them for a future episode.
Make sure you follow, subscribe, and share the Laughing Lounge with your people, because this lounge is for everyone.
And next week, we got something special cooking, so don't miss it.
Until next time, let the laughter begin.